doing? Good. And y'all see, hey, what we doing, what we showing right here. It's our people. They're the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. We're from the nation of Israel.
Right.
Everything that happened to us actually biblical. All our history is actually in the Bible.
Right.
Now, according to society, what would you call yourself? According to this society, Black American. According to the Bible, you be from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
You ain't gonna find Black American in the Bible. You ain't gonna find, Native Americans, Jamaican, Haitian. So if I would ask you as a younger man, asking you, my sister, who am I according to the Bible? What would you say? You go to church, right? I just saw it, right? But before that, what would you call yourself? You would say Black American. Yeah. Now, give me Matthew 15:24.
Bring it out.
Christ, you your daughters? Maybe where? Oh, your daughters? How y'all doing?
Hello, how are you?
I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Christ. Who did he come for?
Ananias.
Read.
What he said?
Who did Christ come for? Come for. Because when Christ came,
Come to save.
who did he come to save? Us? Who's the us?
Right.
Huh?
I can't.
You don't know? Okay, I like that answer. Because for the majority of the part, when you read it in the word, in the churches, Christ came for everybody. Right? Is that correct?
Right.
Would I be able to find that actually in the Bible? You don't think so, right? But they're not. Give me Matthew 15:24.
Bring it
Now,
out.
read, this is actually Christ speaking.
Matthew chapter 15, verse 24.
Bring it out.
But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
So where is this doctrine that Christ came for everybody? When he himself, coming out of his own mouth, he said, my Father didn't send me but only to the nation of Israel. So where's the confusion? This is why, as time passes on, our people have low faith in the Bible.
Right.
Because religion makes the Bible a fairy tale.
Right.
Because you read something, and then when you look in the world, he said, man, that's a problem, it's a contradiction. The Bible don't contradict itself. The only thing is it's sour.
Right.
It goes against all our belief. So now, with that being said, Christ, I'm going to stay on the Christ, the top of the Christ. According to the world, what does he look like? What does Christ look like? Huh? Because according to the world, when you grow up, they show this, right?
Yeah.
Is that in the Bible?
No.
It's not in the Bible, right? But our people believe that wholeheartedly.
Right.
We tell people day in and day out that this is not Christ, and some of them want to fight us. So give me that in the Revelation. How you doing, my sister? Okay, 1-on-1. Listen to this.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 1. Bring it out. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Now this is the last Bible in the book. You don't get no more New Testament than this.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Revelation 2, revealed.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John.
John wrote this, right? Now we're going to get to the main point, 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So the revelation, his hair on his head and his beard was white and woolly. You can't confuse that with this.
Right.
Ain't even close. That's straight hair and ain't white. It's black and brown.
As white as snow.
All white.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes, that's a flame of fire. Now if you see that right there, that picture right there, we're not saying that's exactly him, but it's a closer depiction. Right? Now you see his eyes is red. I'm going to ask you a question. What makes you think his eyes is red? You don't know? It's all right if you don't know.
I know.
You know? What you guess? What you think? Blood?
Blood.
Nah, it ain't blood.
No.
I'm going to show you. It's actually a prophecy about his first, it's kind of going with his first miracle. You know what his first miracle was? He changed something to something. Hey, bro, can we get a fly right quick? There you go. Yeah, my sister on point.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 12. Read it out. His eyes shall be red with wine.
His eyes shall be red with wine. Remember, he drunk wine. One of the sayings they would say to him, he's a wine bibber. He like wine. So you know when we drink, our eyes get a little red. So that's one of the descriptions. Go back to Revelation. So I just want you to know. So when you see that his eyes are red because of what? Wine.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 15.
Bring it up.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
My sister, right? I'm gonna use an excellent example. You. His feet. He has sandals. Because back then there was no sneakers or boots. So he had a sandal. So if I'm looking at my sister, I said, my sister's feet.
And his feet is like unto fine brass.
Brass. What color is brass? Brown, right? Like my sister, like yeah. Brown.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So if you take anything and you burn it in a furnace, I don't care what it is, white rice, it's gonna turn black.
Right.
So it's saying, not so was he brown, but it looked like he was burning in a furnace. So he was one of those old school shaft type brothers. Yeah, that blue black. The stuff, the color that a lot of our people hate. Like you know in Jamaica and Haitian, they bleach their skin.
Right.
Because we believe this is the image of beauty.
Right.
Not knowing it's the opposite.
Right.
Being black is a beautiful thing. This is the important. When people say it don't matter, but they give us this, and then we have low self-esteem.
Bring it out.
Because when we see them, we think, when we look at the movie, man, the angels are white, Moses is white, or the apostle Christ is white, God is white. What I got to do with this thing?
Right.
So we don't have no connection to it, right? So see, these are the type of things. These are small things that we've been missing through all our lives. So we're trying to get our people back to it. Now give me Deuteronomy 20:15. So I'm gonna show you. So this is just a few things. And the other thing is to show us who we are according to the Bible and how to get the reason that slavery happened, the reason, the condition that we're in, and how to get out of it. Because it's pointless to give me a beautiful speech, show you what Christ looked like, but there's no solution behind it.
Right.
So give me Deuteronomy 20:15. This is Moses speaking to the nation of Israel, which we are. We the nation of Israel.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now God, this is God himself, with Moses telling, through Moses, God is saying, you don't listen to me. Remember, one of his titles said, our Heavenly Father. That's a father to his children. You don't listen to my rules, I'm going to punish you. And he calls it curses.
Right.
So this is God. This is the loving God that they show on TV. They say nothing but hug and kisses.
Right.
This God curses people.
Right.
This is the condition we're in. Give me the next verse. Well, I'm gonna, before, because I know eventually they want to leave. I don't want to keep them too long, but I want to hit some main verses. Give me 32 and 68.
Yes, sir. Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
One of the curses is this: what? It was going to get to a point that God was going to allow another nation to come and take our children. That's in the Bible, to another nation. Who did it? Did that not happen, my brother? Right? That happened. That's been written thousands of years. Another nation was going to come take our children. That's a curse for disobeying God. So that just didn't happen just for the hell of it. You know, say, oh, they just came and destroyed us because they woke up to the soul. Like, that's not true. God put them in the spirit. Give me 68. Our forefathers, the so-called blacks. I say so-called, we're not black. All of us is just different shades of brown, right? How did your forefathers get to the Americas? Plane? Did they swim?
No, they were kidnapped.
Yeah, but what transportation?
Ship,
right? You agree?
Right.
Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now, Egypt, the first thought we're going to think of is the land Egypt, right? We're going to find out that the Egypt is actually means something else, because the original name of that land was Mitzrayim. And later on, during the Greeks, they changed the name to Egypt because it signifies something.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So what do Egypt signify? Out of the house of bondage. What is that? Slavery.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. So Egypt is synonymous with slavery. So when we go back to Deuteronomy,
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
so I'm going to bring you, nation of Israel, back into slavery again. Now watch this.
With ships.
With ships. I'm going to bring you to slavery with ships. Because back then, when we was already in the land, there's no need to take ship.
Right.
We went walking in. And when we got delivered, we walked out. So we don't need no ship. So what is he talking about? The transatlantic slave trade.
That's right.
That's in the Bible. What that proves that we the nation of Israel.
Right.
There's ain't no book in history that's gonna show the other nations went on boats, on station. If I did show me, I haven't seen it.
Right.
We're the only nation that went to slavery on boats, all the way from Europe, Spain, and there's even records of us coming from Russia, India. Even right now, our people's being enslaved over there by Saudi Arabia, Libya. And when they came over here, guess what? Those so-called Hispanics, we was taken to different parts of Europe and all that. Right. We're the only nation that happened. Why? Because we broke God's commandments. That's what we're here for, to show that the condition that we're in because we broke our commandment. Right. So what are we here to do? Is to give our people a commandment, and Lord's will, you apply it and you repent. So guess what? When Christ comes, we get delivered. Right.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.